Hey guys, so how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel ProTech, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Honor 30 Pro Plus. Now talking about this phone's pricing and its variants, it is in two variants, 256GB 8GB RAM, 256GB and 12GB RAM. The 8GB variant comes in the price tag of $750 at least, and the top-notch variant 12GB RAM comes with about $1,000 price tag. Now talking about the body of this phone, the body of this phone is glass front, glass back, and aluminum frame and water repellent coating. Now talking about the display of this phone, the display of this phone is 6.57 inches OLED capacitive display with the 1080 by 2340 pixel resolutions. It has a 1915 by 9 aspect ratio, and it is of 392 ppi and 90 Hz refresh rate, which is the most trendy features nowadays in the top-notch phones. Now talking about the chipset, it is an Kirin 995G 7nm plus chipset and octa-core processor of Cortex A76 and a Mali G7 MP16 GPU. Now talking about memory of this phone, as I told you before, it is 256GB 8GB RAM and 256GB 12GB RAM. There is nano memory up to 256GB, and it uses shared SIM slot. It means that the memory is expandable. Now talking about OS and software of this phone, the software of this phone is Android 10 and OS of this phone is Magic UI 3, and there are no Google Play services, which means that the ban of Google Play on Huawei devices continues and it is prevailing. Now talking about rear camera, it is a 50 megapixel main camera. It has a 8 megapixel telephoto lens, and ultra wide lens of 16 megapixel, and another depth sensor of 2 megapixels, and it supports LED flash, panorama, and HDR. Now talking about front camera, it has a 32 megapixel main camera, which is wide, but ultra wide is 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. Now talking about the video capturing of this phone, it supports 4K at 30 to 60 fps, 1080p at 30 to 60 fps, and 1080p also at 920 fps in slow-mo mode. And now front camera is of 4K 1080p only. There is no slow motion in front camera. Talking about battery, it supports 4000 mAh fast charging, 40 volts at 40 volts, and fast wireless charging at 27 volts, and reverse charging at 5 volts. Some other features including in this phone are fingerprint under display, which means it has an optical fingerprint sensor, sorry. And the one drawback of this phone is its price. It is overpriced, and its Google Play services no availability in it, because most of us use Google Play services mostly on our devices, and we cannot make a huge change to a device which is not supported with Google Play services, because there are many apps in the Huawei app gallery, but there are still
I can see the light. I can see the light.